New listings coming, multiple offers, things going over asking, buyers, what are you doing? Sellers, inventory, is it creeping up? Is it going down? These are all things we're going to talk about right after the intro. Yes, my friends, the GTA market is warming up. I don't want to say it's on fire, but it's definitely warming up. And there's a few factors in here that are definitely determining what's going on with all of our listings and moving the market. We're going to look at the McGowan report, and it's the report for the entire month of April. And at the end of the video, towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you some early stats for May and how May is shaping up, and there's some interesting phenomenons, we'll call it, what's going on here in the market. But first, I gotta say thank you to everybody that's reached out to me. Had some wonderful phone calls over the last week or so, and continue to watch our videos. Thank you so much. We're doing videos from right across the nation, from Vancouver to Calgary to here, and everywhere in between. So make sure that you catch those videos and reach out. Feel free to reach out to me, or any of my guests for that matter. But what is going on in the Toronto market? What is going on in the GTA here? And we're going to look at all property types, kind of the numbers that have been coming in over the month of April. And I got to tell you, there's some interesting things. If you're a buyer, I bet that frustration level is back to where it was, say, a year or just over, probably 18 months ago. That frustration level is back. And if you've been waiting for it to hit the bottom, we always know we hit the bottom a few months out. And that bottom, in my opinion, for the current state of where our market is, was a few months ago. That was January, early February. And we have been riding that storm back up. And I got to tell you, I was completely wrong with the days on market and everything else. And we're going to look at that. So why don't we share my screen, and we'll get into the McGowan report right away here. And there's a few things that are going to jump out at us. So you can always download these reports in the show notes. And here's the quick review. And this is what's going on. So if you didn't want to watch any more of the video, stop. This is it. This is all you get. Anyways, let's dive in. And the first thing that we're going to look at. So we're going to look at a few things here, and we're always going to look at the current month and then the year to date. So the month, all the numbers are in, as I mentioned, for the month of April. And the new listings, we've had 14,000 new listings, which is down significantly from the year before, down just about 7,000, just over 7,000 listings. So that's a big change from the previous April in 2022. You can see that there. However, we are creeping back up, which is good. So for the year, we're creeping back up. You can see, obviously, back in January is always a somewhat slower month, and you can see we've been slowly creeping back up here, which is a good thing. Let me get my pen tool out here, and you can play along with us. That's the highlight tool. There we go. So we're definitely creeping back up, which is always a good thing. And the important thing here is we are getting new listings. Now, what's happening with those listings? Well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. So here's the year to date. So we're hovering at about 49,000 listings year to date, which is less than we typically have seen over the last couple of years. Now, back in 2020, of course, we're right in par with that. But if you recall what that month was, that was really the first full month we've had with the lockdown. So we're going to throw that one out the window and not even compare it to that. But as you can see here, we are starting to creep back up with our new listings, which is a good thing because we need inventory, my friends. We need inventory. Okay, average asking price. So this is the asking price. When a property comes to market, what are we asking? And all across the GTA, all property types, you can see we're at 1.33, which is slightly up from last year. And here's the phenomenon. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this throughout the video. Is we have our asking price, and then we have our selling price, and how are those aligning up. We've gone from, we're going to list at 1.33 and hope to get that. Well, now we're seeing listing at about that, and And in many, many pockets, not everywhere, but in many, many pockets, properties are selling for over ask. So that's going to have an impact on, of course, our listing price as well as what we are getting for that market value. And interesting enough, there are some pockets that the strategy is to list maybe 5 or even as much as 10% below the asking price in some pockets, because that's the strategy. That's what's been going on there, and many agents do that to achieve that fair market value of whatever it is. I know Oshawa is big on that in the Durham area. They'll list typically anywhere from 5 to about 7% below the fair market value in order to get those top numbers, which is interesting. But not everywhere is like that. Okay, the average asking price. So there's the year-to-date numbers, and that's been going up and down over the year. But you can see that there. Really, what we want to focus on is the month of April. Sold properties. So we're down ever so slightly from last year. Again, that has everything to do with what's available, and you can see here. Since the beginning of the year, that has been creeping up, which is a good thing, my friends, which is a good thing. It's just what else is available? What's the competition? If you're listing your home, and if you're a buyer, what are your options? And quite frankly, if you've been a buyer over the last couple of months, definitely into March and into April, as we wrapped up April, there were not a lot of options out there. So inventory levels, that's going to be the common theme throughout this. So our sold properties will obviously, that's going to be down from last year because of the activity and how many listings that we've seen. Again, this is all a good thing, though. We're trending in the right direction. We're going back up, which is a good thing. However, we do need more inventory. So we've got almost 26,000 properties sold in the month of April. Sorry, that's year to date. And again, don't gauge it on 2020 numbers, because April in 2020 was our first lockdown month. So don't gauge it to that. Gauge it over the last couple of years, and in the previous. We can certainly look back in history much farther. If you want to look back in 2019, 18, 17, reach out to me. I'm happy to look that and pull those numbers up for you. Average sale price. So this is for the month of April. We're at 1.14. And again, this is all property types. Okay. And you can see here, we've been going, if we go back even into November, we're back above that. We're at 1.14, all property types. So this is good news if you're a seller. This is good news if you're a seller. You're seeing that market come back, and we've been talking about that. It's all based on the inventory levels and what's available. Average sale price year to date is at 1.1, and again, we're creeping back up. We're trending up. If you're a seller, that's the right direction if you want, and if you're a buyer, well, maybe this is a sign for you to get into the market before. We always know what's going on in the market today. We don't know what's going on in the market tomorrow or June or into the summer months. We know we can see and visualize what's going on in that market today. Days on market, we're at 19. And of course, that's different from where it was last year because of the activity that we saw last year. But here's where I was totally wrong. If you look back in December, we're at 32 days on market. And I definitely thought this was going to go up. We were going to hover around that 35 days on market, maybe pushing into 40, based on interest rates kept moving up as we well know. However, the opposite has happened because not a lot of properties are coming to market. So the buyers out there are stuck with the inventory levels, meaning the options that they have. And when they see a property come on and it's marketed well, it's got a good price, they're definitely moving towards that and coming in with multiple offers. And a lot of the listings, I would say the majority of all the listings in the areas that I watch, you're seeing offer dates as well. So they'll come out on a Tuesday and hold offers for 5 to 7 days, not allow any offers come in, and review the offers and offer date. And we've been seeing offers anywhere from, maybe anywhere from 5 into the double digits. And in some cases, as many as 20 and 30 offers coming in. It's incredible the amount of activity that we're seeing when you have a great property listed and marketed well. people are attracted to that, which is mind-boggling in a sense because of where our interest rates have gone, because we thought the market would slow down based on that. Days on market year to date, so we're hovering at 22. So right now we're at 19. And in fact, if you were, and many people are, if you were to focus on that detached home in Aurora, Newmarket, Markham, I'm sure we would actually look at that very specific, and we would see a lot of the cases that would be probably hovering around 10 days or less days on market if that's home that I just described to you, which is you got to be ready. You got to be ready to act on your toes. Average sale to ratio, so we're sitting at about 100%. Just over 100% of what that property, when it's listed, if it comes out of $1 million, it's selling for just slightly over $1 million. So in fact, it's 103% really is what that's coming in at. And I'm sure if we pulled the stats, if we got very laser focused on what this report would do for us, so detached homes in Markham in a certain area, I bet you that is much bigger than that. So detached homes, an average price detached home in Markham is probably sitting at about 1.8, sitting in there, and it's probably being listed for about 1.75, somewhere around those numbers, 1.7 perhaps. That'd be like a 3-bedroom detached home. And if you were to look in the Stouffville area, just north of there, in fact, 10 minutes north, not even 5 minutes north, those numbers are coming in at about 1.35 to 1.4. So you got to really know where it is that you're buying and understand the market's there. This is just a big 30,000 foot view on Toronto Real Estate Board. Year to date, we're over 100% of asking price, and you can see that number in the early part of the year, and into late last year we were hovering at about 98%, and now we are definitely moving up as everything else moves up. So there you have it. So download this report, and I said if you would stay with me, I'm going to show you some numbers, which is really intriguing. And this is, again, all the Toronto Real Estate Board for April, and the green you can see here are the new listings. The red is the total solds, and the blue dotted line is that medium price, and that's trending back up. So that's the medium price. Here's what I wanted you to see as we move into the first week of April. We are seeing inventory move up. So this is a good thing if you're a buyer. We're seeing more properties come to market in early May, and the sales are slightly down ever so slightly to where they were the previous month. However, we need inventory. That's going to balance out the market a little bit, because right now you would say that it is a seller's market. And as more inventory, more product comes to market, that puts the buyer perhaps in a better position, or they have more options. So I thought that was really interesting. The first week of May here, I didn't expect to see that. I thought it would stay on trend with the sales moving up, which is really cool. So again, download this report. If you want something specific to where you're looking or where your situation is, reach out to me. I'm happy to do that, and I'm happy to provide that insight. Because we don't go buy Toronto real estate. We don't go buy GTA real estate. We go buy Markham real estate, or the north end of Oshawa real estate, or wherever that happens to be. And we can pull the report and pull the numbers for that. So my friends, that's it for the GTA, the Toronto real estate report for the month of April. And reach out to me. Happy to reach out and provide any insight that you might have. All the best. We'll see everybody in the next video. Bye for now.